Hello everyone, gonna try this again, this time a little bit better. I'm gonna criticize a video of TYT where they reported on a Nobel Peace Prize winner getting fired for saying his opinion. So let me screen share this 1 second. There we go. And let's watch this together.
So this first story is a bit of a tongue twister. A Nobel laureate scientist's sexist remarks led to his resignation.
All right, let's see what his sexist remarks are and make up our own minds if those are actually sexist.
Can I get a round of applause, please? I made it. Okay,
so yeah, that was fun.
Let's get to this. British biochemist Tim Hunt, who self-proclaimed as a chauvinist at the World Conference of Science Journalists in Seoul, South Korea, also had this to say. Let me tell you about my trouble with girls. 3 things happen when they are in the lab. You fall in love with them, they fall in love with you, and when you criticize them, they cry. Okay.
So is that untrue, actually, when heterosexual people from both from each gender go into a workplace and they fall in love with each other? That happens everywhere, so there's nothing controversial to me about that. And seeing how also women usually, not all, I'm not generalizing, are more emotional than men and cry more. I have a lot of female friends who cry just watching a movie, and I don't really get why. But that's beside the point. Let's continue.
So this was actually, these remarks were made to a room of female scientists and science journalists. So you can imagine how that might have been received. One of these science journalists was Connie St. Louis, who blew up his spot by tweeting about these remarks and asking, really, does this Nobel laureate think we are still in Victorian times?
Victorian times. So again, what is so controversial? Are these women getting shot that this guy is saying this? What's so controversial about this? And he's kind of proving his point that women get shocked by just remarks criticizing them. Nobody, I don't think if it was the other way around, nobody would give a shit to say it that way. Let's continue.
He was taken to task. A lot of people distanced themselves from him. The Royal Society, he's a fellow there, and he had to resign. And he had these remarks in response to the brouhaha. I'm very sorry that what I thought were lighthearted, ironic remarks were taken so seriously, and I'm very sorry if people took offense. I certainly did not mean to demean women, but rather be honest about my own shortcomings.
So here we have it, a guy saying these were lighthearted, ironic comments that he at least felt about these women, and just because of those 3 views on men and women in the workplace, he got fired and had to apologize. And even it says here, but rather to be honest about my own shortcoming. He even says he's not perfect. So, well done.
He advocated for same-sex labs, essentially, because he didn't want to stand in the way of women. So
he could theoretically not ask him out or not start a relationship with him. And that's one possible way that you could go. Look, in his apology, I guess, where he said, I was just trying to make clear of my own shortcomings. Normally, when someone says something like that, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't care about the context you want to put on it. We know what you were trying to do. But in this case, he was speaking to a room full of women.
What does it matter if it's a room full of women? I'm just asking.
It wasn't like he was with a couple of his guy buddies and he was like, hey, you know how it is. So
again, why does it matter if he's with his buddies or with women? I swear this society has become so sensitive that you can get fired for anything and you have to apologize for everything.
I buy that he was trying to show his shortcomings. It just might be that when you reveal your shortcomings, sometimes they are found to be unacceptable when you are literally running a scientific lab where people's advancement could very well be dependent on your judgment of them.
And that's speculation. He doesn't know if he's actually judging them and giving them grades. So why even mention that shit? That's out of line, I would say.
I appreciate his honesty, but yeah, I can understand why some women would feel uncomfortable having to work with him in the future when he makes clear that his romantic attachments to them could determine if they proceed or not.
He did not say his experience. It might have been he was referring to that, but we don't know. It's just his experience of men and women falling in love, and when you criticize women in the labs for the work, that they get offended and stuff like that. So yeah, again.
So what I think upset women the most is when he said that if you criticize them, they cry, which that pissed off my wife. She was up sobbing all night about it. And
very funny.
So this guy, Tim Hunt, he had a hard life because, well, his brother is Mike, and they got a lot of fights in school, people teasing him. No, I actually thought that he was kidding when he said that. And then I find out he said it in front of a room full of women. So it does sound like, I know, but it does sound like he was kidding. It does.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like they either can take they can't take a joke, or they can't take criticism either. So again, it's his viewpoint on this subject, and he's been in this he's been a professor for a long time and doing his thing. So I think he would know a little bit better than any three of those, or even the women who were in the room.
Because, this reminds me of Lenny Bruce when they brought him to trial. The prosecutor's reading his jokes. He goes, he's ruining my fucking jokes. You can't let him read them. I'll do the jokes. And so that's what it feels like.
Taken out of context.
Yes, it feels like he was probably in front of a group full of women. You can't have women. So he's advocating for same-sex labs. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yes. The thing is that he sort of elaborated on these ideas, and then he could have said, oh, this was taken out of context, or I was joking, but he didn't say that. He just said he said I was
trying to show my vulnerability. Or my own shortcomings.
Yeah, and again, he's being honest here, just saying his viewpoint, and people get offended by this stupid shit.
So he's not saying that women make it so that you need to have segregated labs because of what they do. It's I can't help myself, so I can't be around women. But
that's not what I said. So stop putting words in his mouth.
Equates to the same thing. Your lab is no longer an open place for female scientists to work.
Here's the thing also, as I'm like, this man is 7.
Again, that's not what he said. He even advocates for same-sex, for the laboratory. So yeah.
72 years old. And I'm just like, okay, are you I get that you focus on biochemistry, but are you overestimating your own sexual chemistry in the lab, my friend? Because what are you brewing up? Love potion number 9? Because this is a little...
Yeah, so we're going to go to ridiculing that he has a big libido, or every woman is throwing themselves at him. Are we going to go that route as well now?
I'm just like, how often is this happening to you?
Apparently a lot.
You don't think a Nobel Prize winner is getting a lot thrown his way?
You're right. The dynamic in a lab when you have
he's the guy,
a Nobel Prize,
He discovered the protein for cell division, for Christ's sake. My legs are spreading.
Yeah, you're like, let me...
Cell division?
Cha-ching. So, yeah. So let's just say he's getting a lot of women all the time. Yeah, very funny.
Leg
You want to
division.
give him some protein.
That's right.
Oh,
Sorry.
Wow.
God.
Wow. Jimmy's happy.
You like that?
His legs spread just a little bit
She's
more right
good
there.
this
I'm,
one.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
But I just have to say that I will give him a little bit of the benefit of doubt. And I don't know if this is fair, but because of his age, sometimes, like with your grandparents, they'll say things.
Why does it have to do with age? I mean, yeah, we could say the older generation is more closed-minded compared to us. I would openly say that. But is what he said really that bigoted? Is it really that sexist? No, it's not.
You're like, oh my
Uh-huh.
God, that is so antiquated and old
Yeah.
school. But they were raised and inculcated in a certain culture. And I imagine him, when he was coming up through the ranks of science, stuff that came out of his mouth was allowed and is totally out of place in today's
Yeah.
environment. I would hope that he's evolved.
Yeah. Did you notice today's environment? It's totally out of place. We have to sew pillows under our kids' arms because we can't do anything. They can't even hear something mean or adult nowadays because everything has to be so PC. Jesus.
And could see as a scientist, as a extremely intelligent man, that these
Yeah.
kind of remarks are completely out of order. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm like,
Again, how are they out of order? How? All he said, people are getting fucking getting in love in their workplace, and sometimes women take it personally when you criticize their work. That's it. He didn't talk about women being fucking sluts or being whores or whatever sexist remark you can think of. All he fucking said was people get in love when there are two different genders and heterosexual people, and women tend to take it too personal. That's about it. Jesus Christ.
old man defense. Is that?
Mhm.
What do you think?
Well, I think this proves that dying is easy, comedy is hard, right?
Yeah.
You're still like, man, his jokes just fell really flat.
And that, yeah, that's what and he should have said that he's always crying. And he should have
Yeah.
said that. Saying women are always crying.
That
To a group of women.
how a
That-
joke hinges on a.
No,
He should have said it. So he should have made a twist on that part, right?
Mhm.
Or or they always see me crying. He should have said that. That would have worked to his favor. But saying that, a stereotypical thing about women,
Why is it stereotypical when it's true?
that's not smart.
Yeah. Yeah. So keep your day job. Oh wait, you can't.
He can't.
That sucks.
That's the thing.
Haha, someone lost their job because of some stupid fucking feminist agenda. Yeah, so fucking funny.
Is
But-
this man? I mean, a Nobel Prize winner has lost his job because of
I know.
these comments. I mean, it is no
Great
laughing
career.
matter.
I don't know. It
I do
kind of is.
No shit, it's not a laughing matter. Still, they fucking laugh at this shit.
It should be though. Like if they want to take his job away, like apparently he didn't have tenure, they're able to do that wherever
Mhm.
this is. But I do think that his actions should be evaluated. Was he running a lab where women couldn't get ahead? Was he sexually
Mhm.
harassing? Was he doing all these things? Because if he had these
Cha-ching! Did he actually do that shit? I really fucking doubt it.
internal beliefs, but he wasn't acting on them, in that case, I don't think that you should throw him under the bus. I think that actions are more important than words.
Ding 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 ding.
And also, I don't.
And this
Like,
is
at the end of
science.
the
It's
day-
about results. It's about
Exactly.
data
Yes.
or data.
No, I
Sorry.
said if
Well, now they fucking get it.
he wants to be a real scientist, he needs to start dating the men in his lab and see if they cry afterward.
Ah ha 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 ha. And we go back to the ad hominems.
But also, I don't think, does anybody believe that he is wrong? Not about women specifically, but this is why we say that you shouldn't date people in your workplace.
Yeah.
Because it ruins the colleague on colleague. Like normally you would be able to give feedback and criticize.
Yeah, now we're getting into it, and we have 20 seconds left. Is he actually wrong?
Right.
But when you're romantically linked with someone, they can't take it anymore because you get so much of yourself wrapped up in it. So it's not that he's wrong, it's that he said it in an absolutely terrible way and he shouldn't have been getting
Oh, yeah, so he said it in a wrong way. Tone policing, ding 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 ding, Liazzi. So now it's just not what he said, it's how he said it. And that's what got him fired. Jesus Christ.
Involved with the women in his lab in the first place.
So you're saying that sexual relationships on the job complicate things?
Mhm.
That is weird. Well, I'm staying clear of that then.
Weird science.
Thanks for the advice, John.
Yeah, that took 7 fucking minutes to actually figure out. So yeah, let me know what you think of this video if you like this stuff, and as always, catch you guys next time. Bye.